Hey guys, what's up? Scottish Duck here, once again. Right, we're on to the last Sega console that I collect for. Very sad, very sad. What's even sadder is that it's actually one that I'm not the most fond of, I gotta be honest. I honestly have like a weird, I'm not the biggest on 8-bit games in general, you know, the same goes for like the NES, you know, it just wasn't my realm, you know what I mean? But that didn't stop me from picking up and even really enjoying a few games on the Sega Master System. So, without further ado, here we go. Right, first up, we have a pretty good one. We've got Shinobi. Now, I definitely prefer like every Shinobi game that's on the Mega Drive, probably even the one that's on the Saturn and the one that's on the PS2. But it's still alright. It's just like stupid hard, you know. But mind you, it's fucking Shinobi. What do you expect? But yeah, I love this like Master System box art, you know, I'm pretty sure it's quite iconic for definite. Right, okay, I might as well talk about these together. We got Space Harrier and we got Outrun. Now, these were obviously arcade classics and they received a rather significant downgrade to run on the Master System, but the thing that's probably the most surprising is that they still end up quite fun. You know, I think I can play both of these games. I'd rather play the arcade counterpart, but these versions, they're alright, you know? Can't you whack them? Outrun's probably my favourite of the two, really, but yeah, not Fantasy Zone, Space Harrier is quite close. I probably said that anyway already, didn't I? Fuck. Okay, next up we have Heavyweight Champ. If it's a sports game, I own like a lot of random sports game for the Master System, and I have like nothing to say about them, so I'm just gonna name them and drop them. Okay. Oh shit, right. Probably my favourite Master System game, and it's extremely fucking obvious, Phantasy Star. And I don't own a manual for this. I own 2 copies of the cartridge. I have another copy of the cartridge over there, but I don't own the manual for the original Phantasy Star, and that bugs me so much, alright? I love the original Phantasy Star. I recently played through the whole thing on Switch again. Still brilliant, still wonderful. Just Phantasy Star. I love it. I love it, I love it, I love it. Favourite Master System game. 100%. Okay, Cloudmaster. This is like a sort of a 2D shooter game. Sort of in the same realm of like, I almost want to say it's like a cute 'em up sort of thing. You play as a dude on a cloud and you shoot stuff. You can buy things from shops, if I remember correctly. And it's pretty good. It's 5 rounds. Yeah, I love how a lot of Master System games actually put on how many levels there are on the back of the box. I'm sure that swayed the sales quite immensely. Right. Quartet, the Mega cartridge. I don't think I've ever played this. They look kind of like the Bonanza Brothers. Actually, no, that's a Lassie. I don't know. I don't know anything about this one. Not popped it in at all. Okay. Oh shit. Right. We might as well talk about all of these together. If I can find the rest of them. There they are. Sorry guys, just a moment. We got the Alex Kidd games. Yes, indeedy. Let's talk about them, shall we? Alex Kidd in Shinobi World. It plays like Shinobi, but you're Alex Kidd. Yeah, fair enough. Alex Kidd in High Tech World. Now, this I remember, this is actually somewhat of an adventure game, but when it was localized outside of Japan, they decided to put Alex Kidd in it because, you know, he was the Master System's main guy back in the day. And yeah, I've not even played this one. Should get around to that. The Lost Stars, not played it as much as I want to. Like, I'm not like the biggest Alex Kidd. See, I am and I aren't, because I obviously can't not appreciate the guy, because he was the Sega mascot back in the day, and definitely Enchanted Castle on the Mega Drive was my jam back in the day, and I've also beaten this one. This was the very first one, it's probably the most iconic one, Alex Kidd in Miracle World. This is getting remastered for Sega Ages on the Switch. And I can't wait for that for a number of reasons, because you see, I want to like really love this game. I want to like highly recommend Alex Kidd to you. But this is like one of those games, and this is probably one of my big gripes with like 8-bit gaming in general, is that they deliberately try to be as like bullshit as possible. Because this game, you've got 3 lives, you die in 1 hit. Doesn't matter how many worlds you get into, you die 3 times, you go way back to the start. I actually beat this game on an emulator and cheesed the fuck out of it with save states, so I've actually seen the ending. And yeah, if the Sega Ages version comes out, I really hope they add the ability for like a continue system or more lives or something to make it not an arse to actually beat, you know? That's what I'm hoping for. Other than that, yeah, good game. Right. Scramble Spirits. I think I popped this one in. It's a 2D shooter where you're in a plane. Yeah, I did pop this in. I think I remember it being okay. Yeah. Predator 2. It's a video game based off Predator 2. I've never seen Predator 2. So yeah. Basketball Nightmares. This is a sports game. Yeah, it's a sports game, so I guess I'll check it. Right. Wolf Child. I think I popped this in as well. I didn't get too far, I don't think. There's 5 levels. You can use the Sega control pad or control stick. I think you could use that with every game. But yeah, I have even less to say about these games than pretty much any video I've done so far, if you couldn't tell. US Gold Super Kickoff. Sports game, so I should chuck it. But I'm quite fascinated by this cover. And what's this? Europe's #1 football game. I love how it's Europe's #1 football game, but it's called US Gold. Huh. Okay. Okay, right. I might as well talk about these together, actually. Because I remember I found out about them at the same time. Thanks to good old Happy Console Gamer. We've got Govelius, the Valley of Doom, and Miracle Warriors, the Seal of the Dark Lord. And I've not really put much time into either of them. I'm so upset to say that, you know, but Govelius was basically like a pretty awesome Zelda clone for the Master System, with also some 2D levels thrown in and stuff, and Miracle Warriors was just like a really good RPG, turn-based, all that jazz. And yeah, I need to sit down with the Master System for a bit, just for a bit. You know, just so I don't feel as fucking much of a poser just holding these games up. Fantasy Zone, I've played this one, I really like Fantasy Zone. I like Super Fantasy Zone and the Mega Drive better, but this is still a classic, this is still really good, I've played this. I know who Opa Opa is, see? Ghost House, someone paid 30 pence for this apparently. Yeah. You know that game Angry Video Game Nerd would always like reference whenever he came across generic like Halloween enemies. This is pretty much, I'm surprised he's not got to this yet. Or maybe he has, for all I know. Actually, wait a minute. Am I being crazy, or did this game also come out on the Master System as a card? I don't know. Enduro Racer. I remember the only reason I own this is because I heard music from it in fucking Fist of the North Star Lost Paradise for the PS4. And I was like, what the fuck game is this? And I looked it up and this is what I got. So I'm like, okay, let's pick it up. It was cheap as chips, so why the fuck not? James Pond, James Pond 2, Operation Robocod. I have this for the Mega Drive as well. I don't think I've ever played this version, but I do like it on the Mega Drive. May as well talk about this. Well, these I should say. The Wonder Boy games. Now, Phantasy Star is my favourite series, and I do, as I've already discussed, I do like a fair bit. But these games, man, these games are really good, okay? Wonder Boy, the original, which was a sort of 2D platformer in favour of like going sort of Metroidvania. It didn't quite get to that point yet. But yeah, really good 2D platformer. It was like, I don't know the full story behind this game and Adventure Island for the NES. I know that they're kind of the same game, but for whatever reason they're allowed to coexist. I don't know why, but I remember concluding to myself at the time, when I found out about it that this was the better game. I think probably because it has infinite continues. You know, that was like obviously a running complaint of mine with the Master System and 8-bit gaming in general. But yeah, I dig that. Thank you very much for that, Westone Wonder Boy people. And here we have Wonder Boy in Monsterland. Now, I remember Sega actually released a bunch of Wonder Boy games as part of a compilation for the PS3, and I picked that up and this game was on here. For whatever reason, I could not get into it on the PS3, and this Master System version is a little bit different because the PS3 version was the arcade version. But I got like super into this. I spent like a good couple of days sort of like just playing this, trying to get as far as possible because it gets to, it's sort of a matter of like, you find upgrades and you like purchase upgrades and you get as far as possible before you run out of lives and go back to the beginning of the game, just like I was talking about that as a kid. But here, honestly, felt more rewarding because I felt like I was getting a bit farther each time, and I got sort of into it like that. But yeah, I do really like Wonder Boy. Didn't come close to beating it, but it's a real fun time. However, this is the best one, 100%. Not to be confused with like Monster Boy 3 for the Mega Drive or something. Oh, Wonder Boy is so hard to follow. And I must confess, I actually only beat this recently on the Switch because we got like the remake of this game with the nice hand-drawn graphics. So I can't actually say this is a favourite Master System game of mine. I just really liked the remake. But it was pretty much the same game, so I count it. But yeah, honest to God, one of the best. Brilliant, brilliant game. We got Thunderblade. I really like Super Thunderblade for the Mega Drive. Not so sure about this one, but it's there. Right, okay. Let's talk about these together. I've got two Sonic games for the Master System. The original Sonic and Sonic Chaos. There's my boiler. Sorry about that. Sonic 1, this is like a legitimate entry to the series. It came out after the Mega Drive game and has its own, like, not its own levels, but definitely its own, like, style and its own music, some of which has become an identity of its own. It's got 6 rounds, just like it did on the Mega Drive, and yeah, really like this one. Sonic Chaos, I couldn't even tell you what one this is. Like, I know that there was a good handful of, like, Sonic games for the Master System / Game Gear. I can't keep track of them. I don't know. I do know that one, the original Sonic one. That's a really good one, but this one, I don't know. Pass. Okay. Right. Secret Command. Gotta love that box art. Yeah, it looks like a sort of top-down shooter game. Again, don't think I've properly played it. Great Golf. If it's so great, why do you have to announce it? American Baseball. World Soccer. Games just fell out. And also, this is the last one. World Cup Italia 90. Huh. I should have ordered these better. That's not a very good climax, is it? Oh well. That's the Master System. We're done with Sega, and I don't know what I'm going to go on to next, but it'll be something. So, yeah. See you after, guys. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.